the dangers of anti-Semitism in the Arab world are very serious. This is a very serious problem because it affects the ability of the state of Israel to reach definite peace with its neighbors. If you have ongoing hate speeches and hatred going on the internet, on the media, by Muslim preachers, by politicians, then significantly it reduces the chances of having any kind of peace settlement between Israel and the Arab world. Another aspect of that is that these ideas, this ideology of fundamentalism, radicalism, anti-Semitism, disagreement with the values of democracy is also exported today from the Middle East to Europe, and it finds a warm home within Muslims communities, Muslims and Arab immigrants in Europe, and it possesses a huge problem for the continuity of Jewish life in Europe. If I take, for example, France, where almost 100% of anti-Semite actions are coming today from Islamic anti-Semitism, this is a serious problem. We can look at another example, Sweden. Also, most of anti-Semite actions today in Sweden are coming from the Muslim immigrants and Muslim communities in this country. I don't want to say that all Muslims are responsible for anti-Semitism toward Jews in Europe. What I want to say is that there is a need, an urgent need by European policymakers, either of member states or by the European Union as an institution or institutions, to be aware of this problem and to tackle it. Today, it is very simple to recognize a Jewish establishment in Europe. If you want, for instance, to go and to pray on a synagogue on a Friday evening, it's very easy to recognize, because immediately you can see the police which is stationed outside, you can see the guards, you can see the fences and the security cameras which are filming constantly what's going on in the streets and in front of the synagogues or Jewish centers. And I want to ask ourselves, is this the way we want a Jewish life to continue in Europe, behind barbed wires, behind the walls, behind security walls? Or do we need a change, and we want to see a change? And things that happen in the Middle East have huge influence immediately on the life and the quality of life of Jewish citizens here in Europe. Another very important aspect of Islamic anti-Semitism and Arab anti-Semitism is its influence on the possibility of achieving peace between Israel and its neighbors. If children are taught in schools, in official school books, that Israel has no right to exist, that Israel is an enemy, if, for instance, you are learning geography and on the books, on the atlas that you use, you don't see the map of Israel, then it shows immediate signal, a sign to the school children that Israel doesn't belong to the region, that it's an entity that doesn't exist. These things have to be tackled as well, not only by Israel. It's an international responsibility. It is the responsibility of the international community to come and to say to Arab governments, to Arab leaders, to Muslim leaders, listen, Israel is part of the reality of the world. Israel is a member state recognized by the United Nations. It has the right to exist. And the level of anti-Semitism which goes on today in the Middle East is a huge obstacle toward it. Things have to be changed in the Middle East if we want to see Israel being accepted, and if we want Jewish communities to continue to prosper here in Europe.